Hi, I'm Tito. This is my BCM testimony, and this is where it all started. Before, when I first got here, like so many years ago, I actually didn't go to Southeast campus, which is one of our BCM takes place at, but I was at Metro campus. My first semester, I was excited. I showed up to TCC at downtown, and I was like, man, it's pretty neat. College, coming out of high school, I was ready to come here and like experience what college was like at this field, this area. I showed up, went to classes, and as weeks dragged on, I didn't really have a lot of friends to say, a lot of community. Starting out, I just went to class. I would walk around. I'd be just looking around. That's all I did was I walked around. When I had a gap between classes, I would just find something to do, put some headphones in, numb myself out until I had to go back to class. And so that went on for the first semester. And then after that, I was like, kind of want to, the classes I needed to take were at Southeast. And so I went to Southeast campus. And when I got here, I was like, this campus is big. And it was different because downtown is just two buildings. But this place was just humongous, and I felt a little overwhelmed. And then so I just started walking around again, checking out everything, finding places to sit down and relax. But I saw a lot more people that I knew here at Southeast more than I saw at Metro. Metro, it's like very slim to run into anyone familiar. And a couple of times, a couple classes I had, I ran into some people. And so this is what leads to, I met a friend of mine from high school. And this friend, we knew each other in high school. We just knew each other existed. We weren't friends. But we made eye contact for up in the hub. This was back when Bill and Bruce was there. And made eye contact, and I went over to him, came over to me, and I was like, hey, what's up, dude? It's like, how have you been? And we just catching up with each other, what happened after high school. And then from there, we just started talking, and we start becoming connected as friends. And that first day that I met him, he was like, hey, what do you do on Thursdays? And I said, honestly, I do nothing. Have nothing to do on Thursdays. And so he was like, hey, you should come to BCM. And I was like, what's BCM? And he was like, it's Baptist Collegiate Ministries. I was like, so it's like a Bible study? He was like, yeah, it's a Bible study. But it's a bunch of gathering of people. And I was like, all right, I'm socially inept and awkward, so why not? And so he invited me. And so I started showing up at BCM at first in the auditorium downstairs. And once that started, I started seeing what BCM was about. We had worship, we had messages, and then we had fellowship afterwards. We always went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I grew sick and tired of it over time. But I loved it because I was with people. And so after a while, I just at first I was like, this is all right. It's all right being here. But over time, I just would show up maybe twice a month to BCM, or I'd wait until after they're done with BCM to go catch up with them during Buffalo Wild Wings. We had to go all the way to Broken Arrow first off. That was a far enough travel as is. But it's just, I separated myself from BCM. I didn't really want to stick around very much. They went on trips and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll take a long be with friends. I didn't really care much, kind of. But over time, of me trying to separate and isolate myself, I was like, this is not good. I heard a message one day of community, and this is Tulsa Community College, and I'm like, this doesn't really feel like a community for a community college. And so something just clicked, snapped, flicked in my mind of like, hey, you need to come back. And also Paul got a hold of my number somewhere, and it says, hey, how have you been doing? And I was like, well, honestly, not doing too good. And I was like, let's talk. And he was like, he just checked up on me. And so I was like, he was telling me, is like, that separation, isolation, that's Satan. And he's trying to get you. And him and a bunch of other people from BCM was like, hey, come on. So I decided at that point I wanted to plant my feet down. I didn't want to keep walking away. And so I started showing up regularly. And start showing up, I start becoming more acquainted with people around me. And I remember just starting to see growth at BCM. I started seeing growth, and I was like, all right, is there more? And I'm like, yeah. And I asked, can I get involved? And they were like, yes, please do. And so I started getting involved. And from there, I fell in love with it more. And then the next thing was discipleship. I started meeting one-on-one regularly with Paul at the time. And I got involved in Bible study. And I've never been a part of Bible study like that before. I don't think I've ever been a part of it in general to that point. And it's just, it was good. I loved it. And then from there, after this time building up, they share, hey, don't just keep this to yourself. It says in scripture as well. It's like, don't keep this to yourself. What good is anything if you're not sharing that light? What good is it? No one lights a lamp, puts it under, and they'll let it shine. And so that was the next step, was sharing. And had it not been for Ty, or had it not been for my friend, I wouldn't be at BCM. Had he not just take the time to just talk to me, invite me, I would not be where I am. Just from a simple invite, it changed. Here we are years later. Things have changed. Kyle's our director. Hi, Kyle. Kyle's our director. I love this dude. And where we meet, just a few feet away from where it started for me. And so being invited from BCM changed a lot for me. There's a lot you could do with just inviting someone. A lot. Just taking that time to say, hey, how are you doing? Why not introduce yourself to someone and just invite them. Because there's a bunch of people walking these halls here, West Campus, Metro, Southeast, Northeast, anywhere. Not even there. Wherever you are, there's a lot of people out there that are just going day to day, just living, but it doesn't feel like living. So, invite, invite someone, because not only did it change my life, but it could change someone else's. And so BCM, if I were to sell you BCM now, not sell you, if I were to recommend, if I were to tell you about BCM, I would say do it. You have people here to grow with. You can be challenged to grow spiritually. And we have all kinds of other people around us that we can share our life with. We can tell them or tell our stories. And so I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to be anywhere else on Thursday, because I'm like, this place is like home to me. And so I would say, please come. Please be here.